I go to church, you go to church, church to church to church to church.
Welcome back to another episode of BlaspheMass Debate. I'm your host, Father Frank. Today we're going to be objectively resolving top 5, 50% off, and got 5 on it. Let's go meet our panelists. Travis, how you doing, brother?
Let's go, big. What's going on?
All right. John, how you doing, man?
What's going on?
And today our special guest is host of the Heroin Has a Great Publicist podcast. You can get it anywhere you can pod. Chris Newberg, how you doing, man?
Hello.
All right, boys, let's get it going. I will say, growing up, everyone's heard this. You know, you don't want to hang out with the older kids because guess what? They're going to give you some bad influences, man. They're going to bring you to stuff you don't want to be getting into when you're young. Is weed a gateway drug? Travis, start us off. What do you think?
Bro, weed is 100% a gateway drug. Like, I know they say it's not addictive, it's not all these things, but if you're going to do heroin, 9 times out of 10, first of all, you did weed back in the day. So to say that there's not some kind of correlation is just foolish on your part. Like, just to say there's no found link is stupid, because if you do heroin, if you do meth, if you do coke, you did weed first. Nobody starts off with heroin, and that's what the definition of the gateway is. You're closing a bridge, you're linking shit.
Dude, there's no way it's a gateway drug. There's no way, bro. Like, weed does nothing. There's no drug comparable to it. Like, you get buzzed, you get high, and like once you start talking about other drugs, you're talking about cocaine, you're talking about heroin, you're talking about these drugs that'll fuck your whole life up. You can't OD on weed, bro. You can't. You can OD on alcohol, you can OD on crack, but you cannot. You ain't never heard of nobody dying from weed. I think it was Cat Williams that said you get hungry, happy, and sleepy, and then that's it, bro. Like, there's no way that says, oh, I want to go from hungry, happy, sleepy to fucking dead. Like, nobody wants to make that jump. Nobody wants to make that jump, bro.
Okay, huge fan of Cat Williams. Think he's so hysterical. Love his comedy. Think he's wonderful. However, I disagree with you only because it's like you're not in a position to not want to continuously stay at the same level. So if you're high, happy, and sleepy, eventually at some point you're going to be like, you know what we should do? We should rob this fucking bank. And like, we're going to rob this fucking bank. And to do it, we're going to need the energy that we felt on marijuana, which wasn't good enough. So we're going to need some meth. We're going to need some coke that we would know nothing about if it wasn't for the marijuana that they gave us in school with our milk.
Look. I will agree that these cokeheads, these bath salts, etc., these motherfuckers that are taking that do get some superpowers, and superpowers are kind of cool. You hear about them taking like 10 gunshots to the chest and they keep coming. And while I'm not condoning you kids out there getting superpowers, weed is all you need, folks. You take some weed, you smoke it, you roll it up, you smoke it, you eat a little bit of food, and you go the fuck to sleep.
Do you smoke weed? Do you smoke
weed? I do smoke weed.
Do you smoke the exact same dose that you've always smoked?
I mean, I use a scale.
Mm-hmm. So when you want to get higher, do you smoke more?
No, I just smoke less of good bud.
You smoke less of good bud?
Yeah.
Pardon me, because I so don't believe you. There's no way that you do it. There's no way that you just think, you know what, one hit is fine.
You can't be sober and not a high and holding a coaster during a shit like this. Like, what the fuck?
Look,
no, do you think what percentage do you think of the people that smoke heroin and meth didn't smoke weed ever?
Approximately 73%, 73.4%.
I've heard that.
See, here's an actual statistic, not one that you just made up, John. Here's an actual statistic.
Where's the proof?
Where's the proof? It's in my head. Trust me. That's all you need. We're strangers. This is the first time talking. You have no reason to not believe me. In the same way, I have no reason to not believe you. I think that's good enough as it is. Now, when you're in school, they say, you know, they start you off with a nice soft name. They're like, hey man, don't smoke grass. And you're like, well, grass is comfortable and it smells nice and it's cool when I don't have to mow the lawn. So I would, in addition to the grass that I shouldn't smoke, give me 3 pounds of mushrooms.
Look, exactly. Mushrooms are great. Mushrooms, you know, you're talking about drugs and actual like natural things that just happen to be part of this earth that'll fuck you up. Cocaine,
so you've been gateway.
Man-made. Heroin, man-made. Like that's just there's no gateway. Like, it's not like
so what you're saying is you've been gateway.
I got so stoned last night. No one ever said I got so stoned that night that I want to try heroin. You're like, no, bro.
Sounds like you've had mushrooms before. So you've been gatewayed so to speak.
Yeah, because all
I
you
didn't
said,
say- I didn't
no, you said
say I
you,
want mushrooms because I had weed.
no,
said
but
that
you
great.
did say all
But-
you need. Have you ever tried mushrooms?
I have.
Okay.
What'd you try
Do you think
first?
you would have just skipped the mushrooms before weed had you not tried weed to realize weed isn't so
No,
bad?
we're
I
making
could
the
probably
assumption
do.
that
I
he.
could probably
We're
do
making the
mushrooms.
assumption that he tried weed first. Did you try weed first? I'm guessing yes.
Yeah, I did, but it's not like somebody said, "Hey, mushrooms are a stronger version of weed." It's like you either go to fucking Target or you go to like Crate and Barrel. Like you know specifically what you're going somewhere for. Like I don't go.
But you go,
to
I can
shrooms
switch
to
my
get
mind up.
high
I can
and-
switch my
and-
mind up. Why not switch it up even more? Why not switch it up even more? If you just were a
It's not
straight
a fucking
shooter,
gateway drug.
if you were just a
Dare-
straight
the Dare
shooter all your
program is a
life,
gateway
you're not
drug.
gonna.
Okay, guys. I feel like we're running in circles here. A lot of good points. I mean, I think it might even be more of a gateway drug to rob banks, according to Chris, but I don't quite
Yes.
know. But let's go around the table here. Let's go around the table for a final word. Pretty close point differential here. I'm going to start final word. Start off with John. What do you got?
Look, I believe we all took that oath in front of that white cop in 5th grade that said, "D, I won't do drugs." Dare program. And if there's anything such as a gateway drug that'll spark your curiosity, it is the Dare program, and it's not weed. Weed, just chill out, bro. Just chill. You can vibe with everybody. I've made a lot of friends off of weed, but I never made a lot of friends off of crack, and that's fact.
Damn, you got bars. Yo, where can I get your mixtape? All right. Travis, final word.
I mean, he's talking about the Dare program, but I think the Truth program had, if we talk about Truth or Dare, had more influence on that than the Dare. Like you could become a cool robot and do all that shit. That was what we saw from that. What cigarettes got you. So if we're talking about Truth or Dare, Truth got you that. But he admitted to gatewaying. He said he smoked weed first and then mushrooms. Mushrooms, everybody knows, is more settled down. Is more intense than weed. So if he admitted it, and we know it lead you to bank robbing and it could lead you to mushrooms, which is more intense than weed, then that's the initial gateway. And then you go to heroin. So it's definitely a gateway.
All right. Wisely said. And Chris, final word.
I just think that it's a necessary gateway. I just think that it's one of those things that lets you know the truth versus the bullshit. I mean, like you have a bunch of people, like for example, we had an earthquake here last night at 4:00 in the morning. I slept through it. It was 4.3. I felt nothing, but everyone was like, dude, did you feel that? Are you okay? So now with weed, everyone's like, don't do drugs. And you're like, well, what is this drug thing? And it's like, well, we have weed. Weed's pretty safe. Weed safe? Yeah, okay. So basically I can only get like sleepy, hungry, and then I'll be fine according to Cat Williams, like John said. Yeah, that's cool. Wait, mushrooms, they're not that bad either, right? Are they safe? Are they cool too? Thank God I did weed, so now I can have mushrooms, do heroin, and rob a fucking bank.
Dude. Is this Grand Theft Auto? I don't even know. All right. Looks like I gotta give it to weed as a gateway drug. Gotta give it to Chris on round one.
Yes, take that, John.
That's
That was
such
close one,
bullshit.
close one.
That's racist. That's racist. Little collusion there, I see. Little collusion.
That you lost?
All right. So I will say, everyone watches Sports Center. Everyone knows, man. What's your top five? What's your squad? I want to get down to the real top five. Is Maroon 5 better than the Jackson 5? Chris, start us off.
Well, all right. I think in terms of music, the answer is without question. They're the greatest group that has ever been invented of all time. Plus, there's 5 of them. Plus, let's be honest, they're not Maroon. They're white, so they're entitled to being top 40 with every single song that they release. They deserve it. They've worked harder. The Jackson 5, sure, yes. When it comes to talent, they didn't write their own songs, though. They had a whole team of people. Like, they had the whole Motown staff artist to write all the songs. Yes, Michael was cute. Yes, he could sing amazing. But he grew up and he allegedly did weird shit to people in a mansion with a roller coaster. So that takes away from I'll Be There, because it's almost like, we know you'll be there, you sick fuck. However, wait. Their music is tremendous. But your music would be tremendous too if you lived in a sweatshop in Gary, Indiana, and your dad beat the shit out of you because you couldn't sing harmonies. That didn't happen to Maroon 5. They went to good schools because they deserved it.
Get the fuck out of here. You deserve it. Once you go through the trials and tribulations, once you get through the fire, you come out a better man. Look at Michael Jackson, the GOAT. How many times you done rocked with you to Michael Jackson all night? You've done it. You've done it multiple times.
100%.
You remember the time, millions of times. You've been bad. You've Billie Jeaned your ass off millions of times.
But that's not what, you know what, default. That's not Jackson 5. That's Michael Jackson individual. I think you take 3 points for that.
Debatable.
Yeah, exactly.
Debatable. Who would really the Jackson?
here.
Who would the Jackson 5 have been without Michael?
They would have been the Jacksons. They toured several years after
They
them.
would have. They would not have been shit.
There were other singers. There were other singers in that group. Maroon 5 is
Jermaine
just Adam
didn't sing
Levine.
one note.
No, but it was 5 niggas that sing, and Maroon 5 is just Adam Levine. So it's just one group. Like you don't know any of the other niggas that be singing the shit. So
but that's because they don't have cool names.
It's really Jackson 1 with these backup singers. It's
You
really
don't remember
the
their names because their names aren't cool. Like the Jackson 5 names were cool. Michael, Jermaine, Jackie, Tito, the other one.
Which makes them greater. You remember the group. Like over time, you know what the Jacksons are gonna be. They're gonna be classics. They're gonna be at your wedding. They're gonna be at your birthday party.
They're gonna go whiteface.
Yeah, but they're going to be at the wedding and the birthday party because they're working it. Maroon 5 hired them. Sorry. Yeah, because Maroon 5 is going to be like, thanks for paving the way, Michael and the Jackson 5 family. Good luck with your legacy, tarnished forever. Here's a song about a candle or whatever the fuck they sing about.
Well,
Exactly.
you know, Frank, you talked about your starting 5, and when those lights come on and the crowd's cheering and you need somebody to perform, I'm going with the guys who have been through the trenches, who have gotten those switches cracked across their backs so many times that they're gonna put on the fucking greatest show you've ever seen. When Michael Jackson's gonna come out in the glitter and the high socks, or do you want to see Avril Lavigne rip his shirt off, bro? No, I want to see that fucking moonwalk. I want to see all the greatness. Like, I don't want to.
They don't have a song better than Payphone.
Adam Levine.
They don't have a song better than Payphone. Payphone's better than every song that ever was made by Jackson 5.
Mama
And that's
say,
fact.
Mama sa.
That's not Maroon. That's not Jackson 5.
Again, that's Michael. You're talking to
They
Michael.
were singing in the background.
No,
the,
that's all
the
the
clap
things
claps. That was
Michael
Jermaine.
left.
That was a Jermaine clap.
That's not Burn Sienna 5.
No, Michael Jackson, this is a little known fact, but it's the truth, and you can Google it. It's on Reddit. He left the Jackson 5 so he could learn everything he possibly could from Adam Levine to be a good lead singer.
That's facts. You can Google that shit.
It's true. They'll both tell you.
Jeez, this is getting cold blooded here. All right, guys, I think we got to.
We gotta bring Rick James into the whole. We gotta bring Rick James into the mix. You know he's cold blooded, but yeah, no. Jackson 5 was mediocre. They had like 4 songs, and
Rockin' Robin, Tweedly Deep.
Yeah,
That,
but what
wasn't their
songs did
song.
they write?
That was somebody. That was a cover. That was a cover for somebody else. If you Google it, that was not their song. That was somebody else. They just sung
they
again.
covered it, and
Yeah.
they covered it well. All right. I think we need to wrap it up here for a final word here. Let's go around the table. I'm gonna start this one off with Chris. Final word.
Body tattoos and a shirtless lead singer beat one who allegedly molested kids 30 years later. Boom, done.
Wow, we're going there.
Well, I said allegedly,
Travis.
so it's okay.
Travis,
I mean,
final word.
If you listen to the song "I'll Be There," they say we're gonna make a pack, and he says pack instead of pact. If you listen to that in detail, they don't know grammar. You think it's pack? Like how dumb, how not smart can you be? Like pack, like I don't know. First of all, they're not very intelligent to do that. And then he went whiteface. Whiteface is no bueno in 2020. So even if you did something a long time ago, it's not cool now. Whiteface is not cool. Maroon 5, I'm out of payphone. You and I go rough at each other. Like those are all fun, good times. It's not cool. It's controversial. It's controversy. I'm not with the controversy.
Jeez. All right. And John, final word.
The Jacksons had competition. They had, on their same label, the Temptations, Diana Ross and the Supremes. You had the Beatles and shit that were out, and they were killing them. And some people consider groups like the Beatles the greatest band of all time, but the Jacksons were fucking destroying them. Who's another rock band right now besides Maroon 5 for real?
Your mama.
Fucking no one, because there are none. And
Your mama.
you can't really respect that. They're just out there. I don't even know if anybody in that group plays an instrument. And if they do, it's definitely not as good as Jermaine or Tito. And so therefore, you just got to say starting 5. When it comes down to getting buckets, you got the Jackson 5.
Can I just say one thing, Frank?
Technically no, but I'll make the exception for you.
Thanks. I just want you to know, John, Maroon 5 had it really, really hard because Adam Levine's older brother, he was a doctor. So he had a lot of pressure as a little kid to be better as a musician than a doctor. And I think that shows up on all the Maroon 5 albums, and it
But
reflects
he didn't
how...
get his ass whooped. He didn't get his ass whooped.
This is unauthorized overtime right now for the debate here. I will say...
Let it happen.
It's all right. But I will say by 1 point, gotta give it to the Jackson 5.
Yeah,
John
I
got
agree
that
too.
one.
Nice work, John.
Dawg, that was weak.
Appreciate it.
Niggas being
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's orange racist. This nigga only gives it to people wearing orange. Racist as fuck.
I felt dirty defending Maroon 5.
Sorry, you got that one.
I know more Maroon 5 songs than Jackson 5 songs. I like all the words. This is my honest stance.
Dude, don't tell anyone that.
I'll tell anybody that.
Let's keep it moving here. So, child support, it's a thing. Should you be allowed to put your half of the baby up for adoption? And John, start us off. What do you think?
Obviously, dude. Obviously, like if she's bitching because she fucked some deadbeat ass dude with no job, or you know what I'm saying, he is in and out of jail or is on drugs. It's like, all right, that guy obviously doesn't want to be the baby daddy, so let me take my not piece of shit ass and go find you a baby daddy now. Like, I'll find somebody who's gonna take care of your kid on every other weekend and on holidays and shit like that. Like, I'm sure there's a website like newbabydaddy.com I can go to, and there's guys out there that are looking for kids, I'm sure, and they'll be very, very happy to do everything that you feel like I can't and that I do not want to. So if I don't want to deal with this fucking baby and pay for it and fucking, you know, take it to school or pick it up from soccer practice, then I shouldn't be obligated to.
Exactly. Oh, well,
we
we're just
gonna
gonna double down. We want to double down on it. Oh, it's cool. No. And I agree with that. I just think, like, if adoption's a thing, if both of y'all agree to it, and then both of y'all could be like, all right, we can adopt this baby, then I don't get why I can't just one. If the girl, like, I agree, the girl should be able to consent, and she's like, all right, if I want to just destroy this baby, murder the fuck out of it, that's fine. That's your business. It's growing inside of you. If somebody's in my house, blah out. You can shoot them. So, like, you can murder the baby if you want to. But since adoption's a thing, why can't I put my half up? Well, I don't get why couldn't I put my half up? Girls be sneaky with that shit. They do the little, there's a condom in the garbage. We had regular sex, turkey base that shit, and then bam, and now you owe me 18 years of money. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus, is that what Maroon 5 taught you?
No, you never heard that song? The song, I think it's called like Turkey Base, like something like that.
Turkey Base and Glaze.
It's
See,
called
I think
Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving based.
And
Glaze. It's called glazing these hoes.
Chris, you've been awfully quiet, man. What do you got to say here?
I think that you shouldn't be able to do it just for the potential investment possibility. I mean, like, let's say, for example, you, as you say, like, let's say you're with some girl who you have regular sex with, and then she, very princess-like, takes a turkey baster and uses your sperm and gets herself pregnant, like a lady, right? Like, what if that kid becomes like a Shaquille O'Neal without a father? And like, what if that kid becomes like a LeBron, and you just sacrificed as a dad probably, I don't know, 4, maybe 7% of $100 million because you did. So there's a chance. So you should be able to, instead of selling your part of the baby, I think you should be able to let people borrow that baby. You still maintain ownership of the baby, and you let people borrow it.
A lease program.
Lease the baby. Lease the baby. And that way you're still the dad. You're still entitled.
Your argument could be applied to is every time you jack off, is that the same thing? Because all those could be Shaquille O'Neal, it could be Martha Stewart, it could be Kevin Hart, it could be anything. So then just don't. If you're just saying that
was your example.
Martha Stewart's a G, and she makes bomb ass fucking souffles and shit.
This guy goes Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron, Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart is a baller. I'll give it to him.
One is not like the other.
That argument would be applied to that, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like girls have it both ways. So they're like, my body, my choice. Where it's like, I could either murder him, and then it's like, I love this girl, I love her, like, don't kill my kid, but it's like, nope, it's my body, I get to do it. Or you bone her one time, you're a basketball player, and she could be like, turkey base, and then it's like, all right, now give me 18 years of money. So they got either way. Why can't I just give my part up for adoption? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, adoption's a thing. It's not like adoption's not a thing. Nobody, when both of them put up a baby up for adoption, nobody's like, y'all bad people.
And the mom,
adopted parents don't pay child support. Should
getting
they
money for
Parents
this
come
kid?
up.
should the adopted parents, if there's two adopted parents, should they pay child support to the adoptees?
Based on the fact that the kid didn't ask to be brought into this world? Is that
Same
your
way
lawsuit?
like the father. Same way like Future. Same way like Future. Where you got your Russell Wilsons giving them money. So if both of them agree to it, then the stigma's gone. Then it's like we don't have to get no money. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, we don't feel bad. The girl, we're not gonna talk shit about her. She's not a bad person. But in real life, she's a bad person. She gave away her kids the same way the deadbeat dad does. She's a deadbeat mom. If you put your kid up for adoption, you a deadbeat mom.
See, I
and you
just
should pay
think
child
based on-
support.
I just think
pay child
based on
support if you put a
investment,
kid up for
invest
adoption.
it. Just like cross your fingers and hope that like that do the minimum, do the bare minimum, but just be cool. Because eventually that's going to lead to, Dad, you worked so hard. You weren't negative towards me. You let me use marijuana until I turned it into mushrooms and bank robbery. Then you were there for me. You were
Don't write
there
that
for
down,
me when
Frank.
I went on a binge and I listened to Maroon 5 over Jackson 5. So I think it's dumb. I don't think you should be able to be allowed to give away half your kid.
So, hold up, Chris. I actually got a question for you real quick, kind of your previous statement. You're talking about, the potential kid could be, pro athlete, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James. So are you also endorsing and advocating unprotected sex?
Yeah, absolutely. If it means the potentiality of me one day retiring wealthy because my son is good at something, I'm all for it. Like, you know what I mean? Why not?
So are
you
you
look at-
advocating against
Right.
just masturbation? Because that's
I never
the same
said I was
thing.
against masturbation.
But
You
every
did.
masturbated baby could be Shaquille O'Neal. Every single one of them. However many million
Well, I
babies
mean,
you
I
lay
think
out on that, whatever.
the mother
duvet.
figure that is the sock that I would masturbate into is not African American or have any great basketball skills. So I think I'm not worried about that one.
The sock.
I don't know. I'm just like,
All right, boys.
I
feel
just
like
think that
we're
the whole he's gonna grow up to be something is not a fair argument, because you can, if you're initiating pregnancy like condom sex, then it's like, all right, well it could be this, but then any other time you let a couple million of them go, any of those could be something big. So it's just the luck of the draw. But we're talking about after the luck of the draw happens, after the baby is already out, and in that case, women and men put up the baby for adoption. No, but there's no negative stigma against.
I don't even think there needs to be consent involved. Like if I
Yeah.
want to be out of the picture and
Exactly.
I'm getting hounded on like I'm supposed to be a dad, and it's like, okay, I don't want to be a dad. I can find you a better one at
Exactly.
like adopteddad.com. So if you adopting
Exactly.
the kid, you go to adopteddad.com.
if
Do
you
your
Future shouldn't have to
Google.
pay
I
child
think-
support.
John,
Why does
I
Future
think-
pay child support?
John, I think you'll have a more successful website if you call it Adoptad instead of
bars.
adopted.
Hey, we got a lot of things. We got a lot of trademarkable things on this show.
We might leave here business partners.
He's retracting on his point. Look, Future is got to give money to his hella kids he's got out there, but Sierra is in a marriage with Russell Wilson. They both got money, like, so they don't need money for Future. You need to let little Future go, like leave him in the past, and then let Future not have to give them money. Why does Future have to give two rich people money? Because he nutted inside of Sierra. Like a lot of people nutted inside Sierra. That's just common
Including
practice
Bow Wow
amongst-
and 50 Cent.
Exactly. So I feel like if that happened and you moved on, I shouldn't have to give you additional pay because I'm the guy.
But what if she has a turkey baster, and what if she trapped him?
Exactly. You're
That's
making
the thing.
my
Like,
point.
why
You're
do
making my point
women
for me.
have too much power? They get to say so whether it lives or dies, and if it lives, like I just got to deal with it. But I can't be like, hey, have this baby, and you can go be a deadbeat mom. Like they don't ever give that decision.
Exactly. Because the main thing is the main debate is either pro-life or pro-choice, which is either let the woman kill her or don't let the woman kill her. But I say let the woman kill it if she wants. But if she doesn't want to kill it, and I want to not fuck with it, then don't kill it. It's your baby. Your baby. If it's your baby, it's your baby. It's like if you get to decide it, then decide it. But
If it's your baby, it's your baby.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
the
your
name of
baby,
your
it's your
album.
baby. We
All
knock
right, guys.
bitches up over this way.
All right, guys.
We don't-
I think we need to wrap this one up here for a final word. And John, I'm not going to ignore the fact that earlier in the argument here you said there's got to be a website where grown men are looking for little kids.
I said where kids are looking for grown men or man. You know what? Fuck you, Frank.
You said that there's got to be a website where men are looking for little kids. So let's not ignore that.
Ask Dalia.
R. Kelly's a subscriber.
Let's go on the table.
Michael
here.
Jackson's the founder of that one.
All right, let's get a final word in here. I'm gonna start this one off with Travis. Final word.
I mean, yeah, it's just it's just a catch-22. Girls get to either or. The main topic conversation is, should they be able to put the baby up for adoption or not? And I think, go ahead, but if you want to have the baby, have the baby. If you keep it, it's all you. And that's what I got to say about that. If you want it, keep it.
If you want it, keep it. And John, final word.
If you don't want it, go ahead and put it out there on eBay. Let someone bid on it. Find yourself a dad or a mom. There you go, eBaby. See, we're getting places. This is all. Hey, for you internet people out there, call me. I got ideas.
All right. 1 point for eBaby, but also 1 point because Chris actually came up with the idea.
I stole that point from Chris. Stole it.
And Chris, final word.
I mean, I think babies are basically lottery tickets, right? I mean, like you decide whether or not it's a scratch off or if it's a fucking Powerball. It's your decision, and I think that the best thing to do is the right thing. If you were a victim of the turkey baster, if you got turkey basted by that fucking bitch Sierra with everybody nutting in her, I think that what you should do is you should just accept the fact that you've got a scratch off.
Jeez. I would hate to be a turkey-based child, to say the least. Is that why they call you Turkey? Anyway, gotta give it to you should be allowed to put your half of the baby up for adoption. Gotta give it to Chris on that one. And Chris, go ahead, wins 2 rounds for the episode. The big winner tonight. By the way, Chris, since you are the winner tonight, you get 15 seconds. Fame here, shout out, plug, whatever you like. Floor is yours.
I just want to say this was super fun. I mean, obviously, I'm going to plug my show. I have a podcast. Heroin has a great publicist. I have an album. My 5th album's coming out on the 4th of September. It'll be Spotify and everywhere, Pandora. But this was fun. What a really fun idea for a show. John, you're hilarious. Travis, very funny. Frank, great. Everybody, this was really cool. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Great to have you,
man.
brother.
Thanks.
So, quick recap of the episode tonight. It looks like weed is indeed a gateway drug. Jackson 5 is better than the Maroon 5, and you should not be allowed to give up your half of the baby for adoption. All right, guys. See you next week. Signing off. Don't forget to tip your server.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching BlaspheMass Debate. We hope you enjoyed the content, but please, now it's time for you guys to get back to us. Please contribute anything you can by paying your tithes, people. Passing the plate around to everybody. Please contribute anything you can. You can tithe today by liking, following, and subscribing to all BMD content on Facebook, Instagram. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Music today. And remember, folks, drop a comment below. If there's anything you can think of that you want us to debate, and we'll consider it for our next episode, all right? Drop a comment below. And we'll try to get into the next episode. You guys stay real out there. Peace.